Hello and welcome to the screencast on how to use the Desmos in the classroom. Desmos is an online graphing calculator that can help learners meet their goals in a variety of ways. Let's start by looking at how Desmos can be used in a very basic math class. So here we have the Desmos graphing calculator. It allows students to input equations and see the graph in real time. This can be especially helpful when learning about functions, as students can see how different values of the variables affect the graph. So I'll type a basic equation into Desmos, and we can see the graph updates in real time and shows up on the screen. The teacher then can use this graph to explain concepts about slope, about y-intercepts, about the x-intercepts, and students can change and adapt their screen in real time. So let's say what happens if I increase the slope, if I decrease the slope, things like that, in very visual, engaging ways that students can see. Desmos can also be used to graph multiple functions at once. This can be helping when talking about transformations of functions. So here we can have this y equals x. I can come down to this next line and I can do y equals 3x, and they'll both be shown on the screen at the same time. So we can compare and contrast visually. What do we see is the difference between the green and the blue function and how it changes. I like to use this in my Algebra 2 class when I have two different functions. Let's say an exponential function where I have y equals 2 to the power of x, this graph in red, and then you have this graph in blue, and I can have students say, all right, what is the difference here, and like what transformations are happening? And I get to the point where I'll have students, start with the original and then perform these transformations and adjust it as they go. So it's a really powerful tool for helping students to visualize the functions and different things that happen there. And Desmos is not only useful for functions, it's useful for a lot of data analysis. So Desmos can be also used to create scatter plots. And this is very helpful when learning about statistics. Instead of having students, have pen and paper and plotting all these dots and using, that to analyze the data, they can type this stuff in a nice table, and they can create lines of best fit. They can do other things. They can do uh, measures of central deviation, like average and median and minimum and maximum, and a lot of different things to analyze data and use statistics. As an educator, Desmos has a very dynamic activity builder that allows teachers to create interactive activities for their students. So here we have all these different activity about parabolas. And so this is an activity that can help students learn about parabolas, and it's a really great tool for introductory things and kind of have students engage with the material and visualize it in really interesting, dynamic, and interactive ways. Okay. And students can interact with the activity, exploring different parts of the parabola. And then as a teacher, I can use the activity builder to monitor the progress of students as they go through it. Let's see. So I do this. Here we go. Nope. Let's do this. See if I can pull this up. Here we go. So you have the student view here. See if I can get the dashboard. Here we go. So this is like the teacher dashboard for when you are using this in class. You can post this on your screen. Students will enter into the teacher dashboard down here, and you can monitor their progress. You can pace them really well, where you can pause everything. You can limit it to certain screens, so students can only advance through as the whole class, so they're engaging with it as a whole interactive class and not just as individual students. So, Desmos is available on tablets and other mobile devices, making it easy for students to use anywhere at any time. And it's just a great thing for teachers to use to create interactive activities and for students to use to help them process through information. And it's a free tool that students can have. So whether you're learning about functions, statistics, or any other math topic, Desmos can help students to meet their goals by providing an interactive and visual learning experience. It allows students to see the concepts in action and explore them in a way that traditional paper and pencil methods simply cannot provide. This helps students better understand the material and retain the information longer. In addition, Desmos provides instant feedback and allows for differentiation in the classroom. Teachers can create assignments and assessments tailored to each student's needs and monitor their progress in real time. This can help identify areas where students need extra support or where they are excelling. Desmos is not limited to just math classes. It can also be used in science classes for graphing data and any subjects that involve visual representation of concepts. It can be used by students of all ages and skill levels. Desmos is a very powerful tool that can enhance the learning experience for students and help them meet their goals. It provides an engaging and interactive way to explore math and other subjects and allow for personalized and differentiated instruction.